It's been a while.
Hello. I just have to tell everyone before we run our theme song, Jaimie and I were sitting here rambling on, and Jaimie was like, I just downloaded an app that's going to help me organize my pictures. And I was like, crap, it's 4:00.
We were just shooting this. We haven't talked. I mean,
I know we did a vacation. We're back, Jaimie.
I feel like an arm was severed for 2 weeks. Like it's the weirdest thing. You're going to cut me off. I know you are.
It's the show that nobody asked for, the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
I really hate that song now. I have to change it. Oh my God, hello.
We had drinks with our editor, Steph from Edit Audio, who is fantastic. And by the way, here's the pitch. If you're into true crime, they have a podcast called The Springfield 3. And
I've been listening to it.
Oh my God, I have to listen to the last episode, but it is so about these 3 missing women in this small town, and it is so good. So listen to that.
Yeah, you might have heard of the Springfield 3. Apparently, it was a huge story, and it still is because they haven't found them and haven't figured out. Anyway, hi.
We're off track. Anyway, the point is, we are back. We are here. We are so excited. We both came off vacation, but you might recognize I'm wearing a Love Makes a Family t-shirt, which is
one of ours.
Ovaries Talk memorabilia.
Very cute.
Memorabilia.
It's very Bad News Bears of you. It's very cute.
It is. I love the 70s stripe. I love it.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Listen, and I'm also have a cocktail, and you might ask yourself, why is Robin wearing a Love Makes a Family?
Why is that happening?
Why does she have a cocktail on this day? Jaimie, why is that?
Well, I finally adopted my kids. It is done. It is done. A 4-year process is done.
You finally adopted your own children.
I finally adopted my own children. Well, I adopted one and Anne adopted the other because we each gave birth. Second parent adoption. It's a doozy, y'all, but it's done. It is done.
I'm so proud of you. I feel like I've been with you on 2.5 years of this journey.
No, the whole journey. It's been 4 years.
No.
Yes.
No.
We started this podcast about 4 years ago.
Yeah, but we were in season 2 when you were like, oh, I got to get my act together. When we had our first interview with Brian Esser, that was when you were like, oh, I haven't done it. And I was like, what?
I mean, I've been meaning to do it since before he was, Ryan was born though. But like, I've been meaning to do it, you know?
I mean, Jaimie, I've been meaning to lose about 30 pounds, but meaning to do it, don't.
I did it. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Love you. Thank you, Vivi. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Michelle. Oh my God. Thank you, Julie. I feel like I'm going on an award. Thank you so much. My kids are mine.
You know, it's like, I was wondering about this topic because it's like, I remember when we adopted our kids and we took a couple pictures and there was a little blowback. I don't know if it was among friends of people being like, yeah, you shouldn't be celebrating. You're adopting your own children. And I was like, I get that. I understand.
What?
Well, not just meaning like it sucks that we have to do it, but I'm kind of like, you know what though? I'm celebrating that my family is protected.
Exactly. We're safe. It's done. We are fine. Like we have finally, like it's very unlikely that something could happen to us. Like we're not living in The Handmaid's Tale yet.
But, oh my God, knock wood, Jaimie. What are you doing saying something like that?
But like at least now we are guaranteed safe. And so there's a weight lifted. It's done. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because behind me there's a buzzer ringing and I have tequila being delivered.
Because of my adoption. I hope everybody has a cocktail. Because
I ran out when I made this one.
And so you just called.
I was like, Mary, I'm getting drizzly. I was like, you got to be on the listen for that. That's my booze is coming. And then I was like, I got to start the live stream. So
that doesn't sound problematic. I don't know what.
I don't feel like we need to get into that level of depth about this.
No, I don't think so. Because if we have to get into it about you, then we have to get into it about me. And I'm not going to.
I feel like it's fine. I feel like I'm okay.
But I want to tell you, it was very quick. I want to tell you about this process.
I'm sorry. I moved on. Go ahead. Keep going.
I know. So it was really, really, really quick. We get on and Brian Esser, our lawyer, who we interviewed in season 2.
Shout out to Brian Esser.
Thank you, Brian Esser. Had emailed me right before and said, I don't know if you know, but I don't know if I told you, but this judge is really quick. Like she's just going to get to the point. And I was like, okay. So we get in there and they're like, where are the kids?
You were like, with the nanny.
Basically, I said camp and nanny. And we were like, we didn't know the kids were supposed to be here. And they were like, well, yeah, the kids are usually there. Nobody told us. So we were, and Anne is at work. We're in 2 different locations because it's all remote. It's through
I thought
Zoom.
you knew the kids were there. Like,
no.
You could ask me. I would have told you.
I thought we had asked him and he said, no, it's not necessary. I don't even.
Oh, they were like, who are these kids? Because it's like usually their adoptions are like this celebration. And you were just like, they're at camp.
They're at camp, they're not here. And so the clerk asked us before the judge came in. And so we were like, oh my God. And I looked at Anne's face and she was.
You're like, do we have to get the kids?
Anne was like pissed. There was no way we were going to get the kids. So the judge comes in and the clerk's like, Your Honor, before we start, so sorry, we have a problem. And we were like, oh my God, shit. So
these lesbians forgot to bring their children.
These lesbians don't have their kids with them. These are the worst lesbians ever. I was like, oh my God, is she going to take them away from us?
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. So the judge was really nice. She said, it doesn't have to, the children don't have to be there.
Oh, she was trying to make you feel better. That's nice.
And she said it's like not in law that they have to be there. It is they generally are there, but it is not in the law that they have to be. So we can move forward. I'm sure you want to just move forward. And we were like, yes, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Anyway, but then I thought it was just going to be like bing, bang, boom. I'm good. You're good. Rah, rah. Then when she started saying, I need to get consent first from you, Anne, blah, blah, blah. And it's like this whole thing.
Oh, yeah,
I started to cry. I started to cry and I wanted to, and I had to hide it. Like, I'm not going to let people see me cry. Like, no, I was embarrassed. I mean, I shouldn't be embarrassed because it's big. It's monumental. It's really special. But I started to cry and then I didn't want to. So anyway, I did. I got a little emotional over this. And it took like 10 minutes, not even. And then it was done. And I got emotional.
Hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie, I got emotional. I cried.
All right. Well, congratulations. Your children are yours. And now anything that they do, it's officially your fault.
Right.
Next topic.
It always was. Hot topic. If we can get rid of that, right? I don't know.
We could get rid of that. I mean, unless you want to keep doing it. Listen, let's let people, while we're chatting about our vacations, in the comments, please let us know if it's time for us to stop singing hot topics.
Yeah, let us know.
By the way, it doesn't mean we will actually do that.
We won't have our feelings hurt.
We will take it in consideration. We will consider it. All right, so Jaimie and I both off of vacations.
Yes.
And we both discovered that like taking a vacation the day after school ends and then coming right back into work, not easy. Not easy. It's a little bit tough. I was just, and this is what we were kind of relaxed though, Jaimie.
You do because you're having a margarita. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Plop that up there. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. You are the bomb, Julie.
She's
but no, really.
Voted, Jaimie. So slow your roll.
I know. The ones who don't want to say, the ones who want to say no, don't want to say it because they don't want to hurt my feelings. It won't hurt my feelings. I'm just playing. But so we were talking. I know we were just talking about this. It's taken me this whole time. We came back Monday. I have been out of sorts. I haven't been able to get things accomplished. I've been kind of a sloppy mess. And I just realized, yeah, thanks, Mom. I knew your answer.
I mean, if she didn't vote for you, we'd have a problem.
Well, that would never happen. That would never happen.
I've met your mom.
There's an echo happening. I'm hearing an echo. But so I've been out of sorts. It's been really tough. And I'm realizing it's because we didn't give that buffer day after the vacation. You got to give yourself a buffer day.
Well, go ahead. I did a buffer day. We came home Saturday, like at 11. So I had Saturday and Sunday. And then I was all getting ready to work on Monday and I was struggling. And I walked out in the living room and Mary was watching like the Wimbledon. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, you just not working? She was like, I'm off today. And I was like,
it's Monday.
I was like this. And I went, so am I now. And
it's July 5th.
I extended the vacation and started Tuesday. I was
like, I'm so glad you did because if you hadn't, I'd have been like gotten off the plane and been like, oh my God, Robin just sent me 10 emails on a holiday. I'd have killed you. I'd have killed you.
Well, they would have, in fairness to me, they would have said, don't worry about this now. I'm just saying this.
Yes, you would have. You would have said that. But I'm glad you didn't. No, but and this Rose went to camp Tuesday morning and went back to school full time Tuesday. So it was like boom, boom, boom. And I didn't think this through right. I didn't realize that starting Tuesday, the day after we come back from a 3-hour delay in California, I am on full charge with the kids again, 100% full charge.
Yeah.
So that was.
Listen. I hear you. I am with you. I hear you, Jaimie. All right. I am moving us to our next hot topic.
Wait, put Michelle's comment up. Oh my God, Michelle.
Michelle, we came back from vacation the next day. We got a 2-year-old foster. What?
You've been a little busy.
You have triplets. You have triplets. You got another. They did mention. I feel like they did say they didn't know if they were done.
Oh my God. We have to hear this story. Okay, congratulations.
So now you have to be on the live stream. Reach out to us at ovariestalk@gmail.com and let's discuss when you will be on the live stream to talk about
God, that's so exciting.
I need more than a comment. That is amazing.
You're busy. So we don't get to complain now.
We don't. All right. So let's take it to this. Let's take it to this. One of the things that I love is that people are now sending us articles all the time about just like things we should be talking about. And this article it was sent to me, but it was a little old. They were talking about the shockingly high lesbian divorce rate, which turns out is way higher than gay men. Like really high. In the Netherlands, 18, look at here, compared to 18% of straight couples, the percent of female couples. Wait, where is the actual percentage here? Now I can't.
This is crazy. How is that possible?
Right?
It's probably because the gay men wait longer, and us lesbians, we just U-Haul it.
And that is what they're saying. And so I'm interested in hold on. Wait, hold on. All these people talking about
what's one more kid? Oh, Michelle.
I mean,
bless your hearts.
Bless all your hearts. All of them. But so I'm wondering how many people knew about this, and I guess it sort of makes sense. I mean, I do feel like we sometimes jump into things a little fast. I mean,
we do.
And then when the passion wears off, you're left with.
I don't know, but we stick hardcore. I mean, we can't speak for everyone. We're all individuals.
I know, but the statistics are saying we don't stick hard. And
Anne and I jumped right in.
Yeah. So you're one of the couples that's currently making it. I mean, so it's like we want.
But here's the thing: I don't have any gay divorced friends. Not one.
I have a lot of friends who are lesbian friends who are serial monogamists.
That's me.
5 years, 6 years, and then they wrap it up, and then they start again.
Oh, okay, that's not me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're serial monogamists. They're together for a bit, and then they break up, and then they do the same thing with another couple. And so I'm just wondering if that is a pattern in the lesbian community, but marriage allowed them to get married, and then it's tanking the divorce rate. You know what I mean? Because
perhaps.
But now that you mention it, I don't think I have any lesbian friends who are divorced.
I don't have any. They're all in it.
Who are in long-term relationships. I mean, technically, Mary, my wife, was with someone for 20 years, and then
that's right.
So she could be with this lady.
That's,
by the way, poor Mary.
So weird.
This lady.
It's not a compliment.
Not a compliment. We have this joke. There was one time where I had a pimple in my nose, and I was sitting on the couch, and I was like,
that's attractive.
I have a pimple in my nose. And she turned to me and she said, "And to think I thought someone would steal you away from me." I was like, yeah, they're not gonna. I was like, what?
Those are the worst, though. Those pimples. Those are the worst.
They hurt so bad.
They really do. They're the worst. You got to get them, and it feels so good when you get them.
I mean, okay.
Anyway, we're off topic.
All right, I'm going to move us on to our next
hot topic. That wasn't even good.
But I'm gonna switch. We got 2 more topics, but I'm gonna switch so that we don't talk about our out footballer guy.
I mean, it's pretty awesome. I haven't read that much about it except for the fact that he plays football, American football, and he's out. Good job, man. You go with your bad self.
I was just gonna see where you were going with that.
That's it. That's where I was taking it.
That was the whole thing.
I mean, I don't think he's got an easy road ahead of him.
No, well, and there was a lot of stuff going on online about how he wasn't technically the first. There was, and then of course the other guy, I think his name was Sam, but it was a black man, and so everybody was pissed that they forgot about him. But technically, this guy is the first active player. He is on a roster, on a team, and the Sam guy had been drafted, came out when he was drafted, and then was farming around teams, like never landed on a team. Like he played some like preseason games, but never made a roster fully. And then he went and played in the Canadian Football League. So he technically was the first guy. So this guy's not, but he's the first active player to be on a team. But I agree with you.
I wonder what kind of backlash he's gotten already. Like, good for him, go for it, but that's not going to be easy.
I mean, well, what I find really interesting, and this was the question I wanted to ask you about, is that when I was looking at Twitter, and I say I like to look at the comments, but I really hate it because I think it's like Twitter's a cesspool. But I do it because I want to see what the other side is saying.
I know, I do it too. And then
there was a lot of like straight men being like, like, fine, brah, but you don't need to like say it.
Right.
Like, shut up. You don't need to say it. I don't need to hear about you. But it's like, but they do need to say it.
Yeah, everybody needs to say it so we can normalize it. That's just like what's her name? Marjorie Taylor Greene. What's her name? Oh my God. She just told everybody, she said all us gays should go back in the closet, stop talking about it.
She said that?
Yes. Yeah, most recently she said this huge hateful speech about.
I've just been so into her talking about the Holocaust and comparing the vaccines to the Holocaust that I didn't even.
Oh no, she just gave recently, like within this week, gave this speech. There was like a whole paragraph devoted to homosexuality and how we're devils and we should go back in the closet and stop talking about. Did anybody else hear the speech? Because I've seen it many places, but yeah.
Is like on the surface, that argument on the surface, like, I don't want to hear about your sex life. And
we're not talking about our sex lives.
No, I understand that. But I know. On the surface, like, I think it's difficult for the average or typical, like, heterosexual person to understand the importance of being out. Like, what it does for young people who need to see role models. I mean, we talk about that all the time on our podcast, like people needing to see other families because there's no representation like that.
Yeah, it's huge.
But it's like, I can't think of a succinct way to say to them, this isn't about sex. This is about his identity. And it's.
They're the perverts making it about sex all the time. Nobody's talking about sex. I don't want to share. I'm not telling you what I do in bed. I'm telling you. Like,
I want to go on the record as saying, please do not.
You know what I mean, though? Like, you're the pervert. Stop taking it to sex. It's not about that. It's just about representation.
But what's the sentence?
It's about being your true self.
Okay, that's the sentence you would say to them and why it's
no, because it won't work. Nothing will work.
Well, I'm saying if you had to say a sentence that you were hopeful would be helpful, what would it be?
I don't even know. It would take me hours of thought, and
you have to craft it.
You have to craft it right, and it's still not going to work. Nothing's going to work because people's minds are made up. Like, it's so sad, but true. And that's why podcasts like this, books like ours, this footballer coming out, things like this are so. Rosie O'Donnell just being a lesbian out in the media is so important because the only thing we can do is normalize it. The only thing we can do is show ourselves living regular lives, day-to-day lives. We're just normal like you, and hope that people it just like gets into them by osmosis. Like, after a while, it's just not a big deal anymore. Like, nobody's talking about sex. Although if you want to, I can't. And I'm just kidding. I don't even want to talk about sex. My mother was like, yes, please tell me what you do in bed. No.
Whoa. Your mom said that?
Oh, my mother, she'll talk about sex any day, all day. Yes.
I mean, like, listen, I love your mother, but it's so funny that it's just not how she seems to me, that she'd be all like, let's talk about your boobs. Like, it just doesn't seem like.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Hippie people. I don't know. San Francisco, 60s, 70s.
Free love. Go ahead, Sue.
I don't know, but she's not a hippie, and she wasn't a hippie, but I don't know what it is. Anyway.
All right. Listen, we're going to go on to our next. This is our final topic. Hold on. I got to switch my banner. There's so much to do here. Okay.
And if you guys have any questions for us, please throw them up, because clearly we don't have much to talk about.
Jaimie, we've been talking for 20 minutes. Okay. So this article was in the Washington Post, and it was up for Father's Day. I'm going to take you up to the top here for a second, and then I want to go back to that paragraph.
It's very heteronormative.
it's so heteronormative. Genetic testing is changing our understanding of who fathers are. And the whole article is really just about this. Essentially, it's about like straights or whomever who find out. I know, I'm so sorry to the straights, but who find out that their dad wasn't their dad. And there was this one shocking, and there was this one shocking part where this daughter had to say to her mother, and this is in the article, the daughter said to her mother, like, that's not my father. And the mom, a whole like thing came over her face, and she had to reveal that her uncle had raped her. It was like a horrific, and it's like, that's just like one part of this article. And because and it's talking.
I didn't see that part of the article. How did I miss that?
Well, it was further down, Jaimie. So, but so what I thought was really interesting for our crew.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry.
I know, horrible. But was this paragraph about Stephanie. And she said and this is, I think, so interesting for us parents of queer spawn. Said she understands why so many adult children fear rejection when they reach out to their genetic fathers. I was so worried about being good enough to be wanted. Never thought of that, by the way. Early interactions with her genetic father felt like the most important job interview ever. And before their first in-person meeting, she threw up. Later, as she and several of her donor siblings were in contact with their donor father and his nuclear family, sharing occasional holidays and camping trips, she struggled with what to call him. Dad wasn't the word, since she'd already had one, but neither was his first name, and donor and biological father seemed too sterile. After conversation,
well, because he wasn't a donor.
Yeah, she settled on Pops, which I kind of like that.
That's what I called my dad.
Oh, but the thing is that that was like the part in the article that I thought was really interesting and related to us. It didn't occur to me. I think about if my kids ever want to try to, find their biological donors. I think about that, but it didn't occur to me that would be scary, that there'd be something on the line for them.
Well, the children we've talked to, I don't like the word queer spawn. I have to get over that. I feel like it's a strange term.
It feels too Star Trek-y?
It feels like guppies in the sea. I don't know. It's like weird to me, but
the spawn part, it feels
like
spawn. It feels like it's like sci-fi.
Yeah, it's not my thing. But
if we're admitting things, I don't like dibbling.
I don't like
because it sounds like a nonsensical word to me. I mean,
I can adopt dibbling. That doesn't bother me as much as queer spawn. Queer spawn sounds kind of negative to me. I don't know. But anyway, listen, if you like the term queer spawn, you go ahead with your bad self, and I can adopt it. I can learn to live with that, no problem.
Sure,
but if you don't like it, you tell us, and let's come up with a new name if you don't like queer spawn. But anyway, the queer spawn that we have talked to every single one has talked about the moment when they first talked to their donor, if they were able to, and how scary it was. And it makes perfect sense.
Have I blocked that out? I don't remember that part of the conversations.
I feel like they do. I feel like they say, because we say, what was it like? What was that like? And it was scary at first, but then we got to know each other. I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. I don't think I made it anyway.
If you've listened to actually listens to our podcast, they'll tell us if you made it up. Neither of us can remember.
Over 100 of these conversations. I'm not sure, but it makes perfect sense. But I also think that us LGBTQ parents kind of have an advantage, because from the start, we're talking about this person as wasn't your father. There was no love involved. He's a donor. It's scientific. And so I hope that our children have a better grasp on who this person is in their lives, but how they're going to take it and how they're going to act about their donor is anybody's guess, because every person is unique.
It's going to be individual to each child too. It's going to be like, my kids might be different from your kids, but one of my kids might be different from the other. And I suspect that's going to be the case with my kids.
Yeah. Right. So
it's just interesting. And everyone that we have talked about this, I do know, they have mentioned that the people in the other donor siblings, whatever they refer to them as, the ones who have the problems are the ones who are lied to by their parents, and 9 times out of 10 they are from heterosexual relationships.
Not to put anything on heterosexual people.
That's a stat. That's not about. Yeah. There's no judgment in that. It's
because there might be shame involved. There was infertility involved, and
by the way, so we're understanding of that. We've gone through the shame thing. You know, it's like I wonder if our community would be so forthright if we didn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that everyone would be as open about it. You know, I'm glad that we are. I'm glad that there's a forcing, because I think it's better for the kids.
It's always better for the kids to tell the truth. I mean, studies. And Rachel, I love you, girl. I love you, girl.
Friend. She's your friend. So far,
no, she's not. No, that's Robin Townsend.
Oh, okay. I take it back, Rachel. Thank you, Rachel.
And I shouldn't say I love you, girl. I don't know if you identify as she, her, but I love you, Rachel. I love you. Yeah, I think it's true. I think they've all talked about that moment, first moment.
I guess it's something that I'm not processing, because there is a lot to process around that. There's fears of ours of like,
I was, just thinking before the live stream when I was piddling around my house, listening to Rihanna, because she's who I put on when I have a good moment, because I got the adoption. That song did play. I love me some Rihanna. I was just thinking about the interview we did with the UK. What was her name? Gorgeous.
Freya?
Freya.
Oh, I loved her so much.
Queer Spawn, who also was in a relationship with a woman, and they just had a donor child. I was just
conceived from a donor and used a donor.
Thank you. That's a better way of putting it. I was just thinking about how, because I'm thinking about asking all of you what your favorite episodes were and things like that. And then I started thinking, well, what mine? Which ones stick out in my head? And Freya really sticks out in my mind because
I think about her all the time.
We both lean in real close when we talk to Queer Spawn. We both do, because we have something in it.
Yeah.
And we want our kids to be okay. Who doesn't? So,
well, I think if nothing else, what we can take from this article is
we're better.
Reinforcement that we are doing it right by being honest and open and talking through things with our kids right from the get-go. That's just important.
The queers are better. That's what I'm going to say.
I mean, I didn't want to say it, Jaimie, but since you said it, I'll agree.
I think the queers are always better. I mean, we like rainbows. I mean, everybody likes rainbows.
I also want to say, hold on, I'm just going to scoot over here.
We got some shorts on there, huh?
Oh, those are short shorts. So those are my sponsor shorts. This is Jaimie's family tank.
I don't have it.
Oh, it's inside out because I was.
Everything gets sent to Robin's house, and then I have to get it through osmosis.
Just for the record, I tried to bring it to you. You were unavailable.
You did. That's Jaimie, mine.
If you're interested, the Razorback tank, like these are all available on our site on ovariestalk.com. We've got that really rich merch store, and they have some really good stuff.
There's some cool stuff. You can get a pillow. I can't wait to wear that tank top to work out. I can't wait.
What is not available on the merch site is this stellar fan that was just given to me that you can put right around and it just cooling me off right now. And look at Michelle thinks my fan is cute.
No. She's talking about the shirt. No, she's not talking about the fan. Nope. Sorry, Michelle, get that shirt and work out in it. I mean, because you have plenty of time.
So, all right. Oh my God. So this has been a delight.
Epic.
I have to remind you, I could talk into my fan like Darth Vader, to rate and review our podcast in the book if you would.
Yes, please. I figure you got this.
I hate to say it, but the more reviews you get, whether it be on Apple Podcasts for the podcast or Google or Amazon for the book, Goodreads, it spikes their algorithm. It just, the more that people are talking about it, the more likely they are to serve it up to other people. And it's not about the $1.50 we make a book. It's not about that.
We're not making anything on this book.
Nobody's retiring on this book. I think I have to turn my fan off. But what it is about is another avenue to get our stories out to the people. So
to the people.
So if you are able to rate and review, we would greatly appreciate that.
We sure would. Please do so. And that's it.
Oh, no comment. She loved my fan so much.
No.
She was without words.
No. No.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
She's just being nice. She's being nice.
That's what she meant.
Ain't nobody got time for that. She's got 4 kids. She is busy.
So many kids.
Oh my God.
All right.
Bless your hearts.
We want to remind you all that we are dark for the month of August on both the podcast and the live stream because Jaimie and I need a break.
We're burnt out, but not the social. The social will continue because we just can't help ourselves.
Yeah, we can't leave you entirely, but we do need a break from production.
But it's also a good time for you to catch up on past episodes that you might have missed or you want to revisit. They're all there. There's so many to choose from. So, or listen on a road trip with a friend in the car to introduce them to your favorite episode of If These Ovaries Could Talk. I mean, there's so many options. It is pouring outside.
I know, and
pouring?
I would like to say that during this 30-minute lovely chat that we've had, 2 things happened. 1, my booze arrived from Drizzly, and 2, my daughter for the very first time. Woo! Thank you, Vivian, for voting.
Yeah, we got to talk about that too. Everybody has to vote, but finish your thought. Thank you, Vivi.
Daughter for the very first time went and picked up my son from summer camp, and and they made it home, and I sent them in the rain.
Oh no!
That's
right.
No! That's right.
Oh no, Jessica!
Man is amazing. Vivian, is it Vivian?
It's Vivi. It's Vivi. It's my girl, Vivi.
Oh, okay. All right, Vivi. All right, so
Viviani.
tell people what Vivian is saying before we.
Okay, so you guys, it's that time of year again. The People's Choice Podcast Awards are up for nominations. So you have to go and you have to nominate because it's People's Choice. You got to go and you got to nominate us. And the reason we care so much, we wouldn't really usually care. I can't with the fan.
It's podcastawards.com.
Yes, we wouldn't usually care so much, except for the fact that we've been nominated 3 years in a row. We won the second year. I just almost did the middle finger. But the first and the third, it was always the first. Then the third got stolen back from us by the same show, the Derek and Romaine show. Who are friends of ours, we've had Romaine on.
We love them.
Love them very much, but we have to beat them because she talks a big game.
Romaine talks a lot of smack, and she gloats like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
and we cannot lose. And her goal is if you win 5 years, they name the award after you.
Which, you know what? I want her to have the award named out. I mean, I get that. That's nice.
If she's over the talk LGBTQ category. No.
That would be cool, too. But I don't know. Listen, you have to. So what you have to go, you do have to enter your email. You have to create an account. They don't remember it from year to year because you have to do it every year. So that's a good thing. They don't send you spam, really. They don't, none of that. You have to create the account, and then there's a little bubble where you get to click the bubble and you get to enter If These Ovaries Could Talk for the most influential podcast of the year. You got to do that on the very first page.
Wait, but more importantly than that, check the box that says that you are willing to be to vote for the final tally, because 20% of the vote comes from listeners of People's Choice. So it's important that you check that box because they will come back to you and you get to do the final tally vote.
And then it takes you to the page where you get to vote. So we are in the LGBTQ Feast of Fools category and the
Adam Curry People's Choice Award.
So click our bubbles there, and then go through and find other podcasts you love and click for other categories too. You might as well. You're there. But if you don't want to, it's quick. It takes less than 10 minutes. So fast. It's so quick.
If you're open to it in true crime, vote for our girl Steph, our editor, who helps us make this podcast amazing. Yeah. Steph from Edit Audio. The Springfield 3. That's a good one. Crime, and it's a fantastic podcast. Which listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, so do that if you feel like it. I mean, no pressure.
I mean, listen, we've become aware. We ask a lot of you, and we know it, but it's because we love you and because we appreciate you that we ask. You know, if it's like when you run a nonprofit, you just ask until they say no. Like all they can do is no, and that's what Jaimie and I do.
Anybody got a grant out there they want to give us?
Now you pushed it too far.
I know. Anybody have any celebrity friends they want to gift our book to and ask them to post it on their social media? Go with that. You know, any of those things are very helpful. If there's anything else, I don't know.
Swing by and make dinner for my kids. Anyone?
That too. We're going to take our kids out to dinner to celebrate the adoption. And I kind of wish we had gotten a sitter so we could just go out to celebrate the adoption.
I mean, that's the way to go. All right. Listen, on that note, We are going to say eggs. Oh, I lost my screen there. Eggs.
Ovaries.
Good day. And I'm going to turn the fan on to high for this.
I don't even need that. I need your hair to flow though.
I know. It needs to be on. There we go.
It's like those fans you put on the strollers.
Amazing. I love it. Okay. Good day.